My beloved child, this is a communication sent across the divide of the unseen, borne upon the wings of Archangel Gabriel herself. She declares, your name was called with tenderness and with purpose. She says, the dawn has already been ordained in your favor, but only if you open your spirit in this very hour. My child, a sacred process is commencing within your dwelling this night that will alter the course of all things. Before I delve further, attend carefully if you have ever felt led by synchronicity. If you have ever sensed the celestial reaching for you, heed this call, beloved, so you are always receptive to the guidance inscribed solely for your soul. My beloved, Archangel Gabriel implores you, receive this with your entire being. She says, I ask for merely 2 minutes, for fate will no longer be postponed. A holy momentum approaches your home like a gentle tide carrying a promise. And Gabriel wishes to prepare you before this night passes into history. My child, you are encountering this because the divine could not bear for you to overlook it. The tapestry of your existence has been trembling. The energy surrounding you has been transforming, and a deep part of your essence has been pleading for a resolution. Gabriel says this is that resolution. This is the instant heaven replies. My beloved, she reveals to me a glow permeating your home. Soft, radiant, yet potent enough to dissolve the weight that has been clinging to your spirit. She says, you have borne burdens you never gave voice to. You have weathered silent tempests, but tonight the silence is broken. Tonight, understanding enters. Tonight, the divine discloses what your soul has been longing to know. My child, Gabriel says an individual within your home or linked to your home has been guarded with immense care. She says their choices, their aims, and their unspoken truths are being brought into clarity. She murmurs, instruct them to be courageous. Instruct them not to dread what is being unveiled. For revelation is liberation. My beloved, you have perceived unusual vibrations lately. Instances where the feeling within your walls shifted. Instances where evenings felt more difficult, denser, or eerily still. That was not your fancy. That was spiritual activity preparing you for this very night, my child. Gabriel says, the one act you must avoid is dismissing this message, for to ignore it is to disregard both the caution and the grace that accompanies it. She says, if they heed this tonight, I will transform the very essence of their entire dwelling within moments. My beloved, a wonder is poised to occur. Something that will touch your fate, your connections, your serenity, your prosperity, and your inner harmony. Heaven has awaited this moment, holding it in reserve until the perfect time. And Gabriel says, the time is now, my child. You have been seeking clarity, respite, a signal, a deliverance. This communication is that signal. This is the portal. This is the pivot. My beloved Gabriel says someone within your sphere, present in body or in spirit, is on the verge of a transformation that will impact you directly. It may be tied to a choice they've concealed, a journey they've contemplated, or a reality they've feared to share. Tonight, that reality presents itself to your heart. My child, Gabriel says, you were selected to hear this first because your inner knowing is stirring. Your perception is heightening. Your soul is entering its season of understanding. This is why the Archangel is entreating. Receive it now. Do not hesitate. Do not let distraction rob you of this. My beloved, a benediction is drawing near to you that shadows attempted to obstruct. That is why, in recent days, you may have felt more weary, more vulnerable, more spiritually depleted. For when grace is near, opposition stirs. But tonight, Archangel Gabriel dispels that opposition. She stands at the threshold of your home, a glowing lamp in hand, wings outstretched, proclaiming, no more postponements, no more barriers, no more quiet struggles. My child, she asks you softly. Are you prepared to accept what is destined for you? For once this night unfolds, nothing will return to what it was. A new beginning commences. My beloved, you have been awaiting a communiqué such as this without fully knowing it. You have yearned to feel witnessed, directed, safeguarded, and the divine chose this hour, this night, this moment, to draw near to you, my child. Gabriel is not imparting fear, she is imparting consciousness. She is not sending peril. She is sending guardianship. She is not sending disorder. She is sending holy lucidity. She says, tell them what transpires tonight is not a threat. It is an emancipation. My beloved, heaven has already entered your home. I can perceive the shift as I convey this to you. A sacred presence is pressing softly against your atmosphere, elevating, purifying, making ready. This message is not chance. This timing is not accidental. You were led to this, my child. Something holy is being aligned with your path. A truth is being delivered to your core. A doorway is unlocking that was sealed for seasons. And tonight, Archangel Gabriel keeps watch over it. My beloved, allow me to go deeper, for she says, your heart is ready for the profound truth. My child, my beloved. Archangel Gabriel is leaning closer now. She says, your spirit is finally open enough to receive what was reserved for you. She whispers. They are ready to know what heaven has witnessed, what heaven has ordained, and what heaven has shielded them from. My beloved, you have felt a peculiar draw in your heart recently, as if something was approaching, yet you could not name it. A pressure, a sensation, a change in the energy around you. Gabriel says this was not your imagination. It was the realm of spirit acting for your benefit. My child, heaven has been observing someone linked to your home. Someone whose actions were not fully visible to you. She says, tonight, the truth comes forward. Not to wound you, but to release you. Not to shatter you, but to favor you. Not to muddle, but to clarify all that has been clouded for so long. My beloved, there is a reason heaven needs you to hear this before the new day. There is a reason Gabriel is pleading for these 2 minutes. Because something you have been anticipating, something you have whispered about in your private prayers, is finally finding its path to your door. My child, Gabriel says, you have been encircled by delays, not because you were undeserving, but because the blessing was too vast to arrive prematurely. The wrong influences would have tarnished it. The wrong frequency would have diluted it. The wrong chapter would have lessened it. But tonight, the moment is perfectly aligned, my beloved. She shows me an image of your home shimmering. Yes, shimmering with a warm, safeguarding luminescence. It is as if the very foundation is being consecrated. Heaven is cleansing the space around you, removing the density, the spiritual residue, the emotional weight under which you have been quietly laboring. My child, Gabriel says, tell them they are not alone tonight. Heaven is nearer to you now than it has been in a great while. Your prayers, even the fragmented ones, have reached the divine ear. My beloved, a moment is coming tonight where you will perceive something. A warmth, a sensation, a sudden tranquility, a sudden insight, a sign, a communication, a thought that enters your mind with uncommon authority. When you feel it, know that it is the Archangel touching your essence. My child, she knows how weary you have been. How your heart has been strained, how your vitality has been sapped, how your nights have lacked peace. She knows the queries you have harbored within, the ones you hesitated to voice. My beloved, because something you have been awaiting, something you have prayed about in stillness is finally arriving. My child, Gabriel says, you have been surrounded by pauses, not because you were unworthy, but because the gift was too significant for any other hour. Unsuitable people would have harmed it. Unsuitable energy would have polluted it. An unsuitable season would have diminished it. But tonight, the timing is finally harmonious. My beloved, she shows me an image of your home illuminated. Yes, illuminated with a gentle, protective light. It is as if the walls themselves are being blessed. Heaven is purifying the space around you, lifting the oppression, the spiritual fog, the emotional burden you've been quietly enduring. My child, Gabriel says, tell them they are accompanied tonight. Heaven is closer to you at this instant than it has been in a long time. Your supplications, even the silent ones, have been heard. My beloved, there is an instant approaching tonight where you will sense something. A warmth, a sensation, a sudden calm, a sudden understanding, a sign, a message, a thought that enters your awareness with unusual force. When you feel it, know that it is the Archangel connecting with your spirit. My child, she knows your fatigue, how your heart has been stretched, how your energy has been drained, how your nights have felt unsettled. She knows the questions you have held inside, those you were reluctant to speak aloud. My beloved, Gabriel says, tonight is intended to answer them. My child, you have been aware of a spiritual presence in your home. Not sinister, but dense, as if something was gathering. That was not fear. It was expectancy. Heaven was preparing your environment for this night. My beloved, Gabriel discloses that something linked to your destiny was hindered by another's actions. An untruth, a reluctance, an error, a postponement, a concealed motive, something that impeded your progress without your full awareness. But tonight, heaven severs that bond. My child, you may feel a sudden liberation in your body as this message enters your soul. A breath, a shiver, a warmth, a lightness. That is the sign. The obstruction is rising. My beloved, heaven has commissioned Gabriel to your home tonight. Not for fear, not for danger, but for revelation and renewal. My child, Gabriel says, tell them they were not overlooked. Tell them heaven has been orchestrating their restoration. My beloved, someone has been speaking your name lately, whether in apprehension, remorse, affection, or yearning. Their words reached heaven. Their emotion sent a signal. And now Gabriel intervenes to unveil what your soul has felt but could not decipher. My child, there is something you merit knowing about your home, your relationships, and your vitality. And Gabriel is resolved to disclose it before this night concludes. My beloved, she says you possess a spiritual resonance, whether you recognize it or not. That is why you perceive things before others. That is why you sense shifts before they manifest. That is why certain souls are drawn to you and certain souls are unsettled by you. My child, Gabriel says you are marked by the divine. That is why opposition sought to weary you. Every delay, every sorrow, every setback was not a penalty. It was a spiritual interference attempting to halt your purpose, but heaven did not permit it. My beloved, a potent blessing is being released into your home tonight. It may arrive as a thought, a message, a sign, a sudden change, or an unforeseen peace. Be attentive, for what occurs in the coming hours will influence the coming seasons of your life. My child, Gabriel says, someone in your life is about to reveal their genuine nature, either through candor or through deed. Do not dread this. The truth will liberate you, my beloved. Your spirit is awakening. Your intuition is honing. And heaven is aligning something beautiful for you. Something you believed was lost forever. This is only the commencement. My child, my beloved, Archangel Gabriel leans even closer now. Her presence feels like a serene breeze, like a radiance upon your skin, like a murmur entering your heart. She says, they are listening. Their spirit has opened. Now reveal the deeper truth. My beloved, prepare yourself. What follows is not merely a message. It is a spiritual turning point. My beloved, heaven has been reordering matters behind the veil for you. Relationships, opportunities, pathways, even the very atmosphere of your home. You thought these changes were happenstance, but Gabriel says none were random. All were guiding you to this night, my child. She tells me you've been feeling detached from yourself lately. As if you are present but not fully present. As if you are moving but your spirit feels delayed. As if your body is here but your soul is anticipating something. Gabriel says that something arrives tonight. My beloved, you have been praying for a breakthrough without knowing the precise words. Sometimes your prayers were silent. Sometimes they were tears. Sometimes they were merely a longing within your being. Heaven heard each one. My child, Gabriel says, tell them their tears mattered. Tell them nothing was in vain. My beloved, there is a spiritual visitation occurring in your home tonight. Not to alarm you, not to disturb you, but to elevate you into a new spiritual era. The heaviness will ease. The confusion will fracture. The answers will arrive. My child, you have been spiritually perceptive since your early days. Sensing what others could not. Perceiving shifts before they appeared. Sensing blessings before they manifested. Discerning intentions even without proof. Gabriel says, this gift is reawakening. My beloved, someone in your life has been concealing something, a truth, a decision, a misstep, an emotion, a plan. And heaven will no longer allow this to remain hidden. Tonight, your spirit will know. Your heart will comprehend, your intuition will affirm. My child, Gabriel says, tell them not to fear the truth. The truth comes to free them, not harm them. My beloved, a shift is happening around your identity at this very moment. I see it as a light encircling your energy, purifying, protecting, preparing. This circle was not there before. It appears only when heaven has decreed a divine intervention. Tonight, heaven intervenes for you. My child, have you noted how your emotions have fluctuated recently? Some days you felt unexpectedly drained. Some nights sleep was elusive. Some moments you felt a pressure in your chest or a strange density. This was not merely stress. It was spiritual preparation. My beloved, Gabriel says, your spirit was readying for tonight's revelation. This message is not diversion. It is destiny. My child, you must comprehend something of great importance. Your home has been watched over. Not merely today, but for weeks. Gabriel says you were being shielded from what you did not see. Someone's energy toward you shifted. Someone's thoughts about you altered. Someone's actions concerning you were witnessed by heaven. And now heaven responds. My beloved, a spiritual cleansing is occurring in your home tonight. Something that has been exhausting your vitality is breaking. Something that has been hindering your blessings is loosening. Something that has been obscuring your path is dissolving. My child, Gabriel whispers, tell them their turmoil is concluding. Tell them their clarity is dawning. My beloved, the Archangel shows me a vision of a gate opening. It is symbolic yet powerful. This gate represents choices, opportunities, truth, and blessings that were obstructed before. Tonight, the gate opens. My child, you may not see it physically, but your soul will feel it. You may notice sudden peace, sudden hope, sudden courage, sudden fortitude. This is how heaven communicates through sensation before sight. My beloved, you have been surrounded by individuals who do not fully comprehend your radiance. Some admire it, some rely on it, some are wary of it, some misuse it. Gabriel says, tonight will reveal who is whom. My child, someone's concealed intention regarding you will emerge soon. You will observe their demeanor changing, their tone, their energy, their words, their honesty. And heaven says, trust what you perceive, not what you hope. My beloved, Gabriel wishes you to prepare your heart, not for fear, but for truth, because truth brings freedom. Truth brings protection. Truth brings favor. My child, she says, tell them the night unveils what the day sought to conceal. My beloved, you have been restrained by emotional chains you did not even realize were still fastened to you. Tonight, they break. Your spirit ascends. Your destiny stirs. My child, heaven has declared movement in your favor. Your life is stepping into a new volume. But before the new volume opens, tonight reveals the final truth of the old chapter. My beloved, Gabriel says they must be ready. What comes next is sacred, this is only the second layer. My child, my beloved, Archangel Gabriel's presence intensifies now, like a gentle pressure around your shoulders, like warmth ascending in your chest, like a breath of air not originating from your room. She says they are ready for the truth that was withheld. Now reveal what their soul has been sensing. My beloved, there is an individual whose energy has been influencing your home more than you knew, their emotions, their decisions, their intentions, their silent thoughts about you. All of this has been creating ripples that touched you spiritually, even when no word was spoken aloud. Gabriel says, tonight, those ripples finally crest into understanding. My child, you have been striving to comprehend a peculiar tension in your life. Something illogical, yet deeply felt. A shift in another's conduct, a sudden change in tone, a distance where there was once closeness, a disquiet in your spirit around certain people or conversations. Gabriel says, these feelings were guidances, not confusion. My beloved, heaven permitted your intuition to detect what your eyes could not see. Your spirit was signaling you. You were not imagining things. You were being prepared, my child. Gabriel reveals that someone connected to your home or heart has been grappling with a decision involving you. A decision they postponed, a truth they buried, a step they dreaded. And heaven says the time for concealment is over. Your spirit will know the truth before any confession is made. My beloved, Gabriel says, tell them their gift of discernment is quickening. This is why you felt more emotional, more sensitive, more alert. Your soul has been synchronizing with heaven's frequency. You are stepping into spiritual maturity. My child, there is a message heaven has been endeavoring to deliver to you for weeks. Signs, dreams, recurring thoughts, strange synchronicities, moments that felt like a divine nudge. All were heaven's attempts to reach you. Tonight, the message delivers in full, my beloved. Gabriel murmurs that someone has been carrying guilt or apprehension related to you. Not necessarily from intentional harm, but from knowing their actions, silence, or choices impacted you deeply. Their spirit has been restless. Their heart has been burdened, and heaven has been observing. My child, tonight the truth concerning that person begins to surface. Their facade loosens. Their genuine intentions reveal, not to fracture your heart, but to mend it. My beloved, heaven does not reveal truth to injure. Truth arrives to protect you from what you deserved better than. Gabriel says, tell them every revelation is a grace. My child, there is also someone whose care or affinity for you has been hidden, silent, or restrained. You sensed it, but doubted yourself because they never voiced it. They never demonstrated it plainly. But their spirit whispers your name more often than their lips do. My beloved, Gabriel shows me this person standing at the brink of their own emotions, wishing to step forward, yet fearing the outcome. Heaven is guiding them toward honesty. Soon, something they say or do will confirm what your heart already knows. My child, you have also been obstructing your own blessings unknowingly, through self-doubt, by restraining your desires, by carrying ancient fears, by believing yourself unworthy of wonders. But tonight those obstructions dissolve. Gabriel says, tell them a new current begins. My beloved, there is a shift in prosperity, in connection, in emotion, and in spirit. All awaiting on the other side of this night. The moment you accept this message with an open heart, heaven aligns your next steps. My child, Gabriel reveals that the energy in your home has been denser recently because a spiritual purification was already commencing. It is like clearing a room before a cherished guest arrives. It is like opening windows before a fresh breeze enters. Your home is being prepared for blessing. My beloved, you may notice a subtle change tonight. The air may feel lighter. Your breath may come easier. Your mind may feel sharper. Your heart may feel unexpectedly still. These are signs of the cleansing, my child. Heaven has appointed a special guardianship over your home tonight. A barrier, a shield, a divine guard. Gabriel herself stands at your doorway, spiritually watching, guiding, clearing. My beloved, she says, tell them they are secure. Tell them heaven has assumed command. My child, there is something vital you need to know. Someone has been thinking of you intently, more intently than they confess. Their thoughts have reached heaven. Their energy has brushed your spirit. My child, you have also been blocking your own blessings unintentionally, by doubting yourself, by holding back your desires, by carrying old fears, by believing you were unworthy of miracles. But tonight those blocks dissolve. Gabriel says, tell them a new flow begins. My beloved, there is a financial shift, a relational shift, an emotional shift, and a spiritual shift. All waiting on the other side of this night. The moment you receive this message with an open heart, heaven aligns your next steps. My child, Gabriel reveals that the energy in your home has been heavier recently because a spiritual cleansing was already beginning. It's like sweeping dust before laying down a new carpet. It's like opening windows before letting fresh air in. Your home is being prepared for blessing. My beloved, you may notice a slight change tonight. The air may feel lighter. Your breathing may feel easier. Your mind may feel clearer. Your heart may feel unexpectedly calm. These are signs of the cleansing, my child. Heaven has assigned a special protection over your home tonight. A barrier, a shield, a divine guard. Gabriel herself stands at your doorway, spiritually watching, spiritually guiding, spiritually clearing. My beloved, she says, tell them they are safe. Tell them heaven has taken over. My child, there is something very important you need to know. Someone has been thinking of you intensely, more intensely than they admit. Their thoughts have reached heaven. Their energy has touched your spirit. Gabriel says, your souls are linked by design, not accident. My beloved, whether this is family, a kindred spirit, or someone connected to your fate, heaven is weaving your paths together for a reason that will soon become clear. My child, Gabriel says, the next dawn will reveal a sign so distinct you will not question it again. It may be a message, a vision, a dialogue, a sudden opening, a sudden shift, or a moment of profound inner knowing. Your spirit will declare, this is it. My beloved, heaven never sends preparation without sending providence close behind. Tonight's message is your spiritual readiness. Tomorrow's energy carries your breakthrough. And there is more you must hear. My child, my beloved, Archangel Gabriel's voice grows even clearer now. It is as if she is standing directly beside you, speaking softly, guiding each breath you take. She says they are ready for the deeper revelation. Continue. Tell them what is unfolding in the unseen realm around their home tonight. My beloved, there is a spiritual timeline connected to your life, moments that were destined to occur. Blessings that were meant to find you, souls who were meant to walk with you, and others whose role was meant to conclude. Tonight, one of those timelines pivots. Something that was delayed begins moving anew. Something that was blocked starts opening. Something that was hidden begins unveiling. My child, for seasons, yes, seasons, you have been moving under a quiet spiritual refinement. You thought it was absence. You thought it was misfortune. You thought life was opposing you. But Gabriel says it was preparation, a strengthening, a shaping, a polishing of your spirit so you can hold what heaven is sending next. My beloved, heaven does not place profound blessings upon fragile foundations. You are being fortified in silence so that the grace arriving tonight will rest securely upon your soul. My child, Gabriel shows me a vision of something releasing, like a cord snapping after being stretched taut for too long. This cord represents a spiritual tension that has been bound around your life, tension around your resources, tension around your bonds, tension around your peace, tension around your dreams. Tonight, that cord releases. My beloved, you may even feel a sudden relief, a breath you didn't realize you were holding, a weight lifting from your chest, a serenity settling over your mind. That is heaven entering your atmosphere. My child, Gabriel says, tell them their home has been selected for divine attention tonight. This is why you felt drawn to this message. Why you could not look away. Why something in your core said this is for me. Because it is, my beloved. There has been a spiritual stirring around someone close to you. Someone in your home or someone spiritually tied to your home. This person has been wrestling with something, a secret, a fear, a decision, a mistake, a truth. And heaven is bringing resolution. My child, do not dread this revelation. It is not meant to break your peace. It is meant to restore it. Gabriel says, the truth heals more swiftly than the concealed. My beloved, you have sensed an emotional distance from someone and did not know why. It was not your failing, it was not your weakness, it was not your imagination. Their spirit was in turmoil. Their intentions were shifting and their actions were being observed by heaven. Tonight, their role in your life becomes clear. My child, there is another person, someone who has been quietly concerned for you, someone who has held you in their prayers, wished for your joy, or cherished you in silence. Heaven is drawing this person closer. There is a reason they have been in your thoughts lately. Your spirits are communing even if your words are not. My beloved, Gabriel shows me that this person will soon reveal something, a sentiment, a truth, an admission, a gesture, something small yet profoundly meaningful. And when they do, your heart will recognize the divine alignment. My child, you have been moving with spiritual armor upon your shoulders without full awareness. This is why people bring their pain to you. This is why some lean on you more than they ought. This is why some are uneasy with your strength even when you feel fragile. Gabriel says your spirit carries a divine imprint, a protector's imprint, a chosen imprint. And tonight activates that gift more profoundly. My beloved, there is a blessing of abundance hovering near your energy. Something heaven has been striving to send, but earthly obstructions kept delaying it. Gabriel says the obstruction breaks tonight. Anticipate unexpected openings. Anticipate sudden clarity regarding provisions. Anticipate doors that were sealed beginning to unbolt. My child, heaven is showing me your future energy, and it is brighter, lighter, freer than your present. You are stepping into a new emotional season, a new spiritual season, a new chapter that does not resemble the sorrow you have endured. My beloved, Gabriel says, your tears have nourished the soil from which your blessings now grow. No suffering was wasted. No heartbreak was meaningless. Every moment shaped you for this transformation. My child, heaven has a message for your fear. It will not accompany you into your next chapter. The anxiety, the overthinking, the loneliness, the emotional fatigue, the worry over provision. All of it is being lifted. My beloved, Gabriel wishes you to prepare your heart for a sign tonight. It will be subtle but unmistakable. A sudden thought, a sudden calm, a vision, a sound, a message, a shift in someone's demeanor, a moment of clarity, a recognition in your soul. When it happens, you will know, this is the moment heaven touched my life. My child, this night will be remembered. Not for fear, but because it marks the beginning of something potent, beautiful, and destined. There is still more heaven wishes to reveal. My child, my beloved, Archangel Gabriel steps even closer. The air around your spirit shifts again. Subtle but profound, like the hush before a sacred unveiling. She says, now tell them what their soul has been carrying. Tell them what heaven is healing tonight. My beloved, there is a wound within you that you never fully voiced. A disappointment you masked with resilience. A heartache you carried in silence. A betrayal you pretended did not sting. A loss you never permitted yourself to mourn. Gabriel sees it. Heaven witnessed every unshed tear. And tonight that wound begins to close. My child, you have been strong for too long. You have held yourself together in ways no one else noticed. People assumed you were whole because you did not crumble publicly. But heaven knows how many times you fractured quietly in your own mind, in your own heart, in the solitude of your space. My beloved, Gabriel whispers, tell them healing is arriving tonight. The heaviness resting in your chest, the anxiety pressing on your thoughts, the constriction you feel on certain nights. These are all signs of spiritual weariness, but heaven is lifting it from you. My child, you may feel lighter as you read this. You may feel warmth or calm or sudden lucidity. These sensations are not random. They are divine. Gabriel is touching your spirit, alleviating the burden you believed you had to carry alone. My beloved, someone in your life underestimated your fortitude. Another person underestimated your value. Both of these misjudgments shaped your recent journey. But heaven is rewriting your narrative. Gabriel says you will rise from what was meant to submerge you. My child, there is someone who sowed confusion in your heart. Someone who gave mixed signals, inconsistent actions, or uncertain intentions. Heaven is bringing clarity about this person. Their true purpose in your journey will reveal itself. And once it does, you will feel peace where you once felt doubt. My beloved, you've also been sensing that a cycle in your life is closing, a chapter ending, an energy fading, a pattern breaking. This isn't fear, it's transition. Heaven closes doors gently before opening new ones widely. My child, Gabriel says, tell them the old energy is departing their home tonight. This might explain why you felt fatigued recently, why you've been cleansing more, rearranging, releasing possessions, desiring more space, feeling the urge to refresh your surroundings. Your spirit was preparing for renewal. My beloved, heaven is cleansing the space around you, removing spiritual residue, emotional echoes, and old energies that were dimming your light. You will notice a shift in the coming days. Your rest will feel different. Your mornings will feel lighter. Your thoughts will feel clearer. My child, a blessing cannot enter a cluttered spiritual space. This is why heaven is clearing the atmosphere of your home tonight. Gabriel herself is standing guard to ensure nothing that hindered you passes into your new season. My beloved, there is also someone whose energy has been gently pulling at your spirit. Someone who thinks of you more than they admit. Someone whose thoughts and feelings reach you even across distance. This person holds a larger role in your destiny than you yet realize. Observe how the universe brings them nearer in the coming days. My child, Gabriel reveals that you have been blocking your own blessings unknowingly by doubting your worth. By accepting less than you deserve, by allowing fear to choose for you, by shrinking your dreams. But the moment you accept this message, those blocks begin to break. My beloved, Archangel Gabriel whispers, tell them they are chosen. Tell them their spirit is capable of greatness. You harbor a light within that unsettles shadows, a strength you do not fully recognize, a calling you have not yet fully entered. Tonight activates that calling. My child, your intuition will heighten. Your visions will become clearer. Your awareness will sharpen. Your inner voice will gain power. Because heaven is aligning you with your higher path. My beloved, there is something you've been awaiting, an answer, a breakthrough, a message, a decision, an opening. And heaven says it is being delivered. You will feel it before you see it. Your spirit will recognize it first. My child, Gabriel shows me an image, a luminous path diverging from a dim one. This represents the crossroads where you have stood. Life has felt stagnant because you were awaiting divine clarity before choosing your direction. That clarity arrives tonight, my beloved. You will no longer walk in confusion. You will no longer doubt your steps. You will no longer feel torn between ways. The right path will reveal itself with unmistakable signs. My child, there is more. Heaven needs to tell you more. Your spirit is ready to receive more that will unfold through this divine message. This is only the unfolding of the next layer. My child, my beloved, Archangel Gabriel's presence is now enveloping your spirit like a mantle of light. She says, now reveal what has been whispering around their destiny. Tell them what heaven has been preparing while they waited in silence. My beloved, there has been a divine pause over your life. Not a denial, not a punishment, not abandonment, but a pause, a sacred stillness, a spiritual reset. Heaven paused certain things because the timing was not yet aligned and because you were still healing from wounds you tried to disregard. My child, you are stepping out of that pause tonight. The spiritual gate that held your blessings, opportunities, connections, and breakthroughs is unlocking. Gabriel says, the interlude has concluded. My beloved, there is something you asked heaven for, not once, but repeatedly. In prayer, in silence, in moments of longing, in moments when you felt unheard, heaven heard you. Your spirit was yearning for something your lips never fully expressed. And tonight, the answer begins to unfold. My child, Gabriel reveals that a divine message has been endeavoring to reach you for weeks. You may have felt it as a sudden insight, a repeated symbol, a sequence, a dream, a sense of purpose, a feeling that the divine was trying to communicate with you. These were not coincidences. These were spiritual signals. My beloved, tonight those signals coalesce into one clear revelation. Your spirit will comprehend something your intellect struggled with. My child, there is also a cycle in your life that heaven is concluding. A pattern that kept repeating in relationships, in trust, in resources, in emotional wounds, in spiritual uncertainty. This cycle has reached its final page. Gabriel says you will not undergo this again. My beloved, you will not repeat the pain. You will not relive the heartbreak. You will not recycle the same disappointment. This cycle breaks tonight. My child, now listen carefully. Heaven shows me that someone connected to you has been carrying an emotion they tried to hide. This emotion has generated energy around your home, your heart, and your path. They may have felt fear, regret, envy, love, confusion, desire, guilt, or even unspoken attachment. Tonight, the truth begins to surface. You will notice a shift in their behavior very soon. My beloved, Gabriel says they will show their true nature, light or shadow. You will know who was authentic. You will know who was performing. You will know who was meant to remain. You will know who must be released. My child, this revelation is protection. You have given too much of your heart to the wrong hands in the past. Heaven will not allow it again. My beloved, there is also a blessing approaching your home. A spiritual blessing, a tangible blessing, an emotional blessing, a relational blessing. Your atmosphere is shifting to accommodate it. My child, have you noticed moments lately where you felt unexpected hope? Where you suddenly believed good was possible? Where your spirit felt a spark even though circumstances appeared unchanged? These were previews of your coming breakthrough. My beloved, Gabriel whispers, tell them heaven has sanctioned their blessing. The spiritual approval has already been granted. Now the physical manifestation begins. My child, your home will feel different in the coming days. You will sense peace again. You will sense clarity again. You will sense momentum again. Because heaven is restoring flow where there once was blockage. My beloved, there is someone observing you silently. Someone who has been witnessing your strength, your pain, your growth, your resilience. This person has a role in your destiny that is about to become clearer. Do not disregard the signs that lead you toward them. My child, Gabriel says you have a gift, a spiritual sensitivity, a deep intuition, a knowing that does not stem from logic. This gift will amplify after tonight. You will be able to discern what is right and what is wrong faster than ever before. My beloved, heaven is awakening your spiritual sight. You will not be confused as before. Your heart will not be deceived as before. Your path will not be clouded as before. My child, a significant blessing is being placed upon your timeline. Very soon you will step into a moment that feels too perfect, too aligned, too divine to be chance, because it will not be chance. It will be heaven's orchestration. My beloved, Gabriel wants you to know this: you are worthy of all that is coming. Not because you are flawless, but because you endured, because you grew, because you loved even when it ached, because you continued even when your spirit was weary. My child, there is more heaven wishes to reveal, more layers to unfold, more truth to pour into your spirit tonight.